Yeah, since we're already getting into, what could they do?
So, Business Insider. Business. Why did I say business?
Business Insider, yo. Business.
So, Business Insider reported that Microsoft is building an advertising program to give selected brands, they had to quote this, the ability to buy ads that will appear in free-to-play games.
Now,
notice how much quotations I am doing on a bunch of these things.
And it's on the article that he's referencing, so yeah. And mind you, this free-to-play, doesn't that technically mean that's Game Pass?
That's what I'm thinking. Because I was going to wait until I was going to explain a little bit more. But yeah, if you want to get into that, we can get into that.
But you know what's sad? I just thought about that.
Because I was thinking things like, Fortnite, because that's a free-to-play game. Warframe, that's a free-to-play game.
The definition of free-to-play game is an actual game that you play for free.
Of course, I'm not the only one who's been thinking this. There's a lot of people online who's been thinking this too.
Yeah.
That, they could easily put these type of ads in their Game Pass because technically, even though you are paying a monthly payment thing, they're technically free games. Which means technically they could easily add advertisements into the games. Now, what they're saying is they're going to try to do things like billboards or things to put on the side. But
my suggestion with this is sports titles. And with the Xbox Game Pass partnering with EA Play and their membership, if you're doing if you're choosing your play while, if you're playing online and you're choosing a play, you're going to see an advertisement on the top right, Progressive. And you see or Geico, he's doing a football tackle while you're choosing to play. Then when the play is done and you're playing, and then you see billboards, of course.
And then obviously billboards, you see football stadiums, you'll see Pepsi and one of the billboards over there.
Mountain Dew.
Progressive, Geico, whatever.
The initial things like that you see in the game
makes perfect sense. But racing games also kind of make sense too because they could be little billboards while you're driving a thing like a Pepsi billboard or a Coca-Cola billboard.
Yep.
Now, I get worried about is having these kind of advertisements in games that just makes no sense in it. I don't want to be playing Final Fantasy, something like that. Then all of a sudden, bam, Pepsi. Does it include in a Final Fantasy game?
What if the enemy's a big polar bear and then you get Coke points? And you get your gil from Coke points.
And then let's say another game, Gears of War.
What if you slice up a polar bear and you get a Coke bottle out of it? What if the polar bear bleeds out Coke with a chainsaw?
Or even things like Halo.
What if the little grunts are little polar bears and then you shoot and then instead of the gush, Coke comes out?
It's just...
Right?
Yeah.
Don't put me in your ad campaign. Boy, I will milk it. I will give you the greatest ideas.
But
yeah, you're right.
Kidding aside...
Yeah.
That's what people are worried about, or I don't know if other people are worried about. I'm worried about that.
Yeah, I feel like if they were to do something that's an EA move, though.
That's the thing. That's an EA move. And they did mention they don't want to piss people off. They said it in a more kind of way. But they don't want to piss people off. They're being very cautious about how they do it ads. So they could be cautious now. But what's going to happen in the future?
Yeah, what makes you think they're just not going to keep aggressively do it?
Exactly.
Yeah, so we mentioned free to play. So we are thinking, based on their face value, they're being innocent about it. Just free to play. Yeah. Games that you get and you play for free.
But I'm sorry, but when you have something like Game Pass,
which you pay monthly, but you don't pay for the game, so in theory, it could technically be called free to play.
Exactly.
You could go through the browser, and while it's loading, you get an advertisement. Or depending on the game you play, it makes perfect sense for sports. Again, another situational one I was thinking is during halftime, instead of just halftime press start, you actually see 2 ads, maybe a minute long, to go get yourself a drink and whatnot, because games can last long. But that would make sense. Or UFC. You do a UFC and you play UFC.
I'm not denying sports times to have things like that. It's also not egregious, obviously.
Yeah,
but As long, what I'm worried about is games that advertisements make no goddamn sense.
Well, I will say is if they included it into a gameplay, it would be funny. Like what I was just mentioning.
No, I was just
if I'm playing Gears 5 and I can get an achievement or I can get a special item if I beat this polar bear that's throwing Coke bottles at me,
yeah,
and then I can run up on that polar bear and destroy him, and he doesn't bleed blood, he just bleeds Coke. That's a great advertisement. It's funny. Just like remember Resident Evil? And instead they modded it and all it was Barney chasing you?
Oh yeah, I remember that, yeah.
That would be cool, right? I get Forza. What about Sea of Thieves? What kind of advertisement they can put in Sea of Thieves?
No, Sea of Thieves take place in the back of the time. What kind of advertisement can you do back then?
Pirates of the Caribbean? I don't know.
That is stupid.
Join Disney Plus. You can watch all the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Do you know how awful that is?
Shut up. It could happen. Right
That's awful.
Right on the side
no.
of the boats? No? Right on the side of the boats?
God. That's awful.
I'm your worst nightmare when it comes to advertisements. What else? Think about it. Well, like Xbox... We can understand the user interface for Game Pass.
Well, the thing is, Microsoft is not new to advertisement. They use their app dashboard to advertise stuff already on there. So that's why this is not new. It's already
so just including it into the games is going to be...
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Then depending on the games.
But they said that it's going to be for specific advertisers. It's going to be a private market that only select brands have access to. And I'm sorry, I can't ball on that. It's whatever gives them the most money.
EA. All the sports? Are you kidding?
Are you kidding? It's pretty much whatever ad company is going to give them the most money and be like, oh yeah, there are the privacy selected companies that have access.
And that priority selected is going to stretch to, it's going to blanket to everything. Like
eventually. That's what it's like things. Yeah, they said they're being cautious and
being a little bit of too of an EA-ish. They're doing a bit of an EA move.
I'm just sorry. When I heard
this is what happens when you tag along with EA.
I was just like, this is not. And like I said, this is all reported right now. Nothing has been 100% official yet. But
no, it's officially being looked at as a way to make money.
It's being looked at, but nothing has been put in yet or anything like that.
We haven't checked out Game Pass and an advertisement shows up. That would be so funny. I still like the polar bear.
I don't know. I just feel some type of way with things like that.
I like the polar bear. It's a great idea with the polar bear.
I think that's everything.